Hey everybody, happy Thursday. Hope you're having a great week. Today will be brief. I gotta go out and prune some plants while the weather is still remotely nice before it gets freezing again. So lately I have been motivated to declutter my life. Over the past several years, I've been trying really hard to teach my kids to be able to take care of the house, and so like clean bathrooms, help prepare meals, clean up the kitchen after meals, do their laundry and do their bedding and stuff like that. And I resisted the urge to jump in and do it for them because I want them to learn how to do it, but that means that my house is frequently in a very lived-in state because we're busy, and I do kind of have a schedule for them to do things, but, there still just isn't like a really clean house all the time. We're in a very lived-in season of our lives because it's just a lot of different people in a lot of different directions. And I also am married to someone who loves to keep things because you might need it one day. So my natural state, at least growing up, my sister will tell you, I really loved having things organized. She had to share a room with me. And I just, before we moved to the house we're in now, we were in a little tiny, under 1,000 square foot condo. And I really enjoyed it there because you couldn't have mess. You could only have what you needed, and that was it. And now we're in a lot bigger home with tons of storage. And so it's just like, oh yeah, we have room. We could keep that, and the boys, yeah, oh, I want to keep this thing. I want to keep this thing. And anyway, I just decided, I watched a lot of decluttering videos. One was this like young farm boy whose grandfather had lived in this house his entire life, from when he was born to then when he was married and had his family, and then when he passed away, he gave this farmhouse to this boy, and it had over 150 years worth of crap in it, and he cleaned it all out. And I was like, okay, if he can do that, I can declutter. Because my home is my office space, my work space, and I like being in order. Anyway, so I'm trying to find a balance between still making sure my family contributes and we have the team family atmosphere. I never want my kids to think that it's a woman's job to clean or cook meals, that everybody can do that. That's a family job. But I also want to have some order so that when I am here alone during the day, still doing the daily mother tasks that need to happen, I'm in a place that feels comfortable to me. And so I'm also really into minimalist videos. I don't think I'll ever be able to be a minimalist because of who I'm married to, but that's okay. He's amazing, so I would never choose anybody else. But this last couple weeks, we had our UEA and we just I made the boys go through their rooms. They had to get rid of a bunch of stuff. I got rid of a bunch of stuff. And even though my husband doesn't like to throw things away, I went through our closet and just like made a big bin of all the things he wants to keep, but that we don't really need in the closet, and moved them. He has his own pile in the basement, his own area of stuff he wants to keep, but that I don't really want to have to see every day. And so I organized my pantry and closets and what else? My shelves I moved around so that my cabinet and countertops can just be clear of anything. And I love it so much. I really thrive on just, not clutter. Just clean spaces. And it means that my house never looks decorated. I mean, I have a couple things up for Halloween, but nothing makes me happier than like waking up and walking into a clean kitchen. This is the best feeling ever. So, you guys, are you the kind who likes to keep things? how has your transition to having your kids be more helpful at home, worked for you? Or are you the kind who can't stand it if it's done anyway but your own, so you just do it all? Yeah, what works at your house? And is there an area like, you know, in your house that needs to be clean for you to be able to function well? Because like I just can't. I can't rest. I can't relax. And if I'm just in a big pile of mess. But I also know that like you have to live in your house, and when you have lots of different schedules, stuff's going to be places, and it's a process to have everybody learn where things need to go. And that is kind of the mom's job. Like if we have a desire for the way we want our home to run, we need to know that it's going to take years probably for everybody to learn how that process works. And I've learned that it takes a lot longer for my family to learn, my kids to learn than I think it should, but they eventually do catch on. And if I'm kind about the reminders and just consistent, like, okay, it's cleanup time every night before we go to bed, or when you come home, please make sure your stuff gets put away. And I have to remind them because they just don't remember. But then the reward is that I get to be in a place that just feels comfortable to me. And so it's definitely worth it. It's a process for sure. So what are some things that your kids struggle with that drive you crazy as far as their messes? And what are some things that you've implemented to help your home run in a way where you feel comfortable there? I'd be curious to know. Have a wonderful weekend and enjoy this fall weather.